and welcome to Voltaic, the Age of Energy. In sharp contrast to Idana, this world is completely devoid of life. Instead, it features an assortment of heavy machinery that demonstrates various ways of generating and transmitting energy. But as to what purpose it serves, well, that's what we're here to figure out. Now, the book dumped us on this small island separate from the mainland, and judging by this strange stone building here, I'm almost tempted to think perhaps an old hermit once lived here. You know, one that didn't care much about the shape of his lawn. Now the door to his house doesn't open, but does that really mean it's just a simple lock? Notice the coils going around the handle. This might actually be an electric door that's just not getting any power at the moment. And here's the hermit's barbecue pit. Let's see what he's got cooking on the grill. Oh, our ticket home. But I'm not exactly homesick right now. I mean, we just got here, right? Hopefully he won't burn it up while we're gone. Let's check out his diving board now. Ooh, don't jump. There's an electrical cable coming out of the water there. Though, like I said, I don't think it's getting any power right now. You know what? I think we should go. Who knows, I could be wrong about that hermit. He could still be living here. Maybe all of a sudden he'll burst through that door, wearing only blue jeans and no shirt, running us off his property with a beer in one hand and a sawed-off shotgun in the other. Or I could just be blowing smoke. Then again, if there's no hermit here, then who's the guy singing this song? Yeah, that guy. Now, if you squint, you can barely see a path heading over this direction. And I know the background is confusing, but if you look closely, you can sort of see an archway with a... Oh wait, we're not in Idana anymore. You can see the paths just fine, can't you? Ah, Saavedro left journal entries in Voltaic as well. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the first page of every journal entry has a little symbol here in the upper right-hand corner. These symbols are members of Narayan's inefficient numbering system that's based off Narayan's lattice trees. The symbol for this entry is just a single tree trunk, so it represents the number 1. So we just found the very first entry Saavedro wrote in his journal. It is coming back to me, slowly, the knowledge of who I am, how long I have been trapped here. So much of it is blurry, whole blocks of time still floating in the fog that eats my mind. But if I concentrate, I get pieces of it back. It was the dream that first helped me remember. I was lying in the reeds near the tusk. I don't know for how long or how I get here. I am staring at the sky, seeing a man grow out of the cliff. First his head, then his shoulders, then his torso. Sunlight rims his body like a halo. I cannot move. I think that death has finally come for me. The man stands on the cliff with a book in his hand, staring down at the lagoon as if something made him sad. I wanted to call out to him, to tell him it was me he's come to find. But my mouth is dry. I can't remember any words. And before I think to stand, he opens his book, puts his hand on the page, and fades to dust. I thought he was a dream. It was only later, hours or weeks later, that I find his swirling book atop the cliff, and when I reach down to grab it, it is real. The fog tried to swallow me then and there, but I held on to the firm reality of the book and did not let it. I did not let the numbness steal my mind. And now you can see the tree trunk has grown a branch, so this is journal entry number 2, which we found somewhere on Idana, so I already read this. No, that's the entrance to the cave. We don't want to backtrack just yet. I'm sure there's something else in here. See? What did I tell you? There's a door right here, leading to even more places of adventure and super fun. Or not. But did that really surprise you? Of course it didn't. You should be used to this sort of thing by now. But don't lose hope yet. There's still a blue lit passage here to explore. Well, it looks like there's plenty to do here. The path continues on into that tunnel there. And to the right is a diagram of some sort. There are 5 symbols here, and they're all interconnected. They probably represent different parts of the age, but we still haven't explored much of Voltaic yet, so this doesn't really mean anything right now. And then there's also this ladder here that leads up to a control tower, or something. Yeah, it overlooks the tunnel we haven't explored yet. And then if you follow this cable, you can see it's being held up by these pointy structures, which, it might just be me, but they kind of remind me of those moiety daggers in Riven. And there's the tiny island where we started. And there's also this giant gate in front of the tunnel. Ah, a control wheel. What does it do? Oh, by moving the gate over to the far side, we are now allowing water to pour underneath the tunnel. So, can we like move it farther or something? Okay, so it doesn't seem like we can control very much up here. But it looks like there used to be a second wheel here, except it got ripped out. You can see all the screws and stuff. I wonder what that used to control. Well, I hope all that stuff on the floor is rust. Now here's a very familiar door with a very familiar result. Well, I still had to try. Ooh, there's a ladder leading down here, but it's all flooded out. Yeah, you can see the water gushing through right there. That's kind of a problem. I wonder what that cable's for. Too bad it's slightly out of our reach. Okay, I think we've explored this area enough for now. I like to wander everywhere I can first before getting too caught up into solving puzzles. Yeah, I know that wasn't gonna open. But do you ever do that though, when you get stuck in one of these games? You start trying the same things over and over again, even though you know they aren't gonna work, because you can't think of anything else to do? Now, I hope you're not lost already, but in case you are, we just came back through the red cave we found near the beginning. See, here's the path to the small island again. So, now we're gonna try the other walkway,